So Rats went down with the AMCAR and Shimano 88, the starting weapons in the game. Which you probably know if you're watching this video, I would guess. So yeah, this heist in general, it's only really day one that is difficult, mainly because it's a very small map. There's a lot of people coming to you constantly, especially on higher difficulties since there's more enemies spawning. And you're getting forced to wait for objectives. You have to cook some meth. So yeah. Also, there is the factor that you might put in the wrong ingredients, and on Mayhem and higher, I'm pretty sure Mayhem counts as well. If you put in the wrong ingredients, the entire map basically explodes and everyone in your crew goes down. So yeah, you don't want to fail the cooking on higher difficulties. So of course I'm only going to cook 3 bags. There is well, no real reason to cook more of them. Well, yes, on day 2, for more bags you're cooking, the higher the chance that the Mendozas will actually trade the intel to you. I'm pretty sure as well, and if you have more bags, they also give you a money payment for the meth. So if you want the maximum amount of loot and experience as well, you definitely want to cook 7 bags. And Rats, it's definitely a pretty good heist to farm experience. I personally don't like this heist because I just don't like cooking and waiting for an objective for a longer amount of time. It's just boring in general. Just sit around, wait for your objective, and occasionally kill enemies. So I'm still going to run the strategy of playing hide and seek once in a while. This map, it doesn't really work as well because it's a little bit too small and I don't want to run too far away from the house where you're cooking as well. And of course I gave the bots the ability to shoot through shields because I find it way more useful than Inspire. When you are only using shitty weapons yourself, you cannot effectively take care of shields. But yeah, of course, the general rule of special units against the AI players is still in play. Tasers are still deadly for him. Cloakers is the same as well. The tasers appear a lot more often than cloakers, so. And as well, on a lot of maps, the game is designed where cloakers usually sit in a spot. Usually near the escape van or on the route to the escape van or something like that. And of course the maps where there are vents, they like to spawn them inside vents, so they drop down from the vents, and a lot of times they put the vents around objectives as well. Good example is Firestarter Day 2 with the FBI servers you have to collect. They put the vent inside the server room. Yeah, but almost maps where Cloaker spawns from vents, they only spawn once from the vent, so it's usually not too big of a problem if someone is just keeping a watch on there. So yeah, day 1 took me a couple of tries. All of the tries were serious because I decided to go for a game plan where I play somewhat hide and seek against them, or like I play hide and seek first, try to make them move to certain spots on the map, like get a lot of them to move to one spot on the map, and then walk up, cook as many things as I can, and kind of repeat. And I'm also not going to even bother to try to shoot snipers. The snipers do actually have quite a good amount of health on one down. And it can be risky to actually try to kill the snipers, because as you're trying to kill them, they might shoot back at you. And snipers always hurt. And as well, the AMCAR I'm using, I think, have like 50 accuracy or something like that, so it's not that accurate of a weapon. The Shimano 88 have 80-ish accuracy, which is really good. At around 80 accuracy, most of your bullets go pretty much straight forward. So if you want to go hit a certain mark on your accuracy, you should definitely aim for 80. Same with stability as well. 80 accuracy and stability is usually more than good enough for weapons. Going for 100 on both of those stats, their skills are, in my opinion, most of the time just wasted skill points. You don't really need it, just get used to having a little bit high recoil or something like that. And yeah, people are going to block the stairway. That's going to be one problem. Of course, first I check if I can actually not just run through him. Nope. And sadly get flashed as well. But thankfully I do not go down. That was really lucky, I would say. See, one of the air players got cloaked there from one of the dodgeable kicks that the cloaker do not get in animation for. Those kicks can be really dangerous for the AI players, because one cloaker can very easily chain those kicks on the AI players and get them all down, which would be bad for this situation definitely, because the AI players are basically stronger than you at this point. Of course, if I had different weapons, I would have been stronger than the AI players, but yeah, the AMCAR and Chimano 88 both being low damaging weapons, they don't really do that much damage. So you have to spend a lot of bullets just to kill one enemy. Of course, with a lot of low damaging weapons, if you get crits on them, then they become somewhat usable. But it's still better to have a high damaging weapon with crits over than low damaging weapon with crits. And especially on one down, because on one down you usually want to short down your kill time as much as possible, either by using DMRs, shotguns. You don't need to use high damaging shotguns, auto shotguns like the Stakeout or Isma or whatever the Saiga shotgun is called in this game. I don't really remember the name of it. Those shotguns are definitely also pretty good, because their fire rate is pretty high. And they also have the magazine, especially Stakeout, it can have 20 shots loaded on the weapon itself. With the Saiga, you have to spec into close by ace to get a lot of shots loaded, because then you get 15 extra shots in the magazine. And again, with shotguns you can also have different type of ammo, like the Dragon Breath ammo, which both stuns put a dot on them, which is really good for builds like Anarchist and Grinder, because of you're constantly proccing the armor regen on damage and health regen on damage. Both of those perk techs. And as well, the Dragon Breath fire effects, or fire damage in general, do stun enemies as well for a little, like a short amount of time. And then you have explosive shots, which can just stun lock enemies wherever if you so want to. That's one of the reasons why I really like explosive shots with shotguns over anything else. They both have a splash damage, and they also can just stun lock enemies for for as long as you want. But again, with the shotguns with explosive ammo, I definitely like to have a high damaging shotgun with that. Because with explosive shotguns I still want to kill the enemies. I really don't care too much about the stun locking. But the stun effect is definitely good as well. Yeah, also, if you have noticed, I'm still using Sicario. I have thrown down the smoke grenade once, I think. So yeah, reason I use Sicario, I just prefer it, as always. I find it a lot more consistent than Rogue. Yes, of course, Rogue can sometimes just straight up make you invincible because of the high dodge chance. With the bot's extra dodge chance, I get 55 dodge with the Rogue without any skills. With Sicario, I get 25. So, yeah, it's a huge difference, but again, with Sicario, every time you take damage, your dodge increases by 20 until you dodge, and then it has a 4-second cooldown on it. And every time you dodge something, you regain armor. And as I said before as well, how armor works in this game, as long as you're armor, you can never take health damage from the same shot, with the exception of snipers. That's the reason why, for example, in Crime Spree, the Seal Snipers are really dangerous, because at a certain point they can just straight up one-shot you, no matter build. It doesn't matter if you run Anarchist with Jokers, with someone with Crew Chief, with you with 4 hostages, and someone with Maniac with full stacks there as well. You will still at some point just get one shot. That is also one of the reasons I don't really like high level Crime Spree that much. You just become a straight up cheese fest. Also, since when Crime Spree came out, I've already been 25 Infamy for such a long time, and I just basically went for the 250 Crime Spree achievement when it came out, and didn't really bother to go for a high Crime Spree after that. So yeah, give the bots the meth bags, so they can carry them for me, of course. Captain did also spawn, which means the enemies have more health, so they take a little bit longer to kill, which is definitely annoying with low damaging weapons. But again, getting Captain on the second wave is very common on rats as well. Of course, if you're running something like an Arbiter, getting Captain is basically, you can end the assault wave whenever you want. Because the Arbiter can kill him very easily from the house as well. Since the Arbiter's grenades go so fast, it basically makes the Arbiter kind of like a sniper rifle with explosive rounds. But again, it's very easy to snipe the Captain with a grenade launcher like China Puff or the Piglet as well once you learn the drop off, and you can also kill him with sniper rifles and explosive shotguns and Dragon Breath, the round shotguns. So yeah, now I got 3 bags. All I just have to do now is wait for the escape. And since that bulldozer enters the room there, I just decide to just run out and just hope I do not go down. Of course I would prefer to not go down if I can do so. Get some more lucky dodges, which is always nice. So yeah, that's the benefit of Sicario. Once you get like a good cycle of you take one shot, dodge, you take one shot, dodge, you take one shot, dodge, you can just go on forever. And especially if you spec in certain skills like second with Ace, you can constantly proc speed bonuses for your teammates, which is one of the benefits of actually having someone with Sicario in your team. And that is especially good if you're playing with people that use ICTV. ICTV users constantly getting the ammo boost, that's something else. The movement speed boost is definitely nice for them. And especially if the people with ICTV are not running Jokers, they don't get the movement speed bonus from partners in Prime. Like the 10% movement speed bonus. It can be definitely really nice for them to get that 30% movement speed bonus once in a while. Not even once in a while, almost consistently, as long as the guy with Sicario is staying in combat. So yeah, here I made it to escape, got a pretty good amount of decent dodges. As I said, I got the good cycle of take a shot, dodge, take a shot, dodge. I did get shot by one of the snipers, but that's fine because I can tank at least one shot at full health and full armor. So yeah, here I get a little bit annoyed that the AI do not want to walk as close as possible to me. But I decide eventually I might as well just run out. I still have my down left. And the Team AI players are most likely never going to go down at this point anyway. Because the Team AI is just too tanky, like way too tanky. So yeah, that's day 1, that's the hardest day. In my opinion on rats. Day 2 is not as bad, even if you have to drill for the intelligent yourself. So this was the first try on the day 2. I do get a successful trade. They don't betray me, which is kind of nice. But if they did actually betray me, I would have restarted, picked up shape charges, so I could open the safes very quickly. Even though mobsters do have a decent amount of health, they do take quite a few shots with low damaging weapons to kill. It's still not that bad, even though there's like a lot of them around. And also I think mobsters do not give you the small amount of invulnerability when you take a high amount of damage, because their shots do not count as high amount of damage.
The info was in the safe.
Yo, it was in the safe. I love a lot of the mobsters' voice lines in this game. The best one is the guy on Panic Room that opens the door to the building. Like how he says everything, just open up. It's so funny every single time. So yeah, that's day 2. Got lucky getting a free, just straight out there. Got the intel with nothing shady happening. Since I got the intel, I was thinking about maybe I should steal 1 bag of meth, but I might as well not risk it, because if I do day 3 as well right after, yes, I did day 3 on the first try as well. Day 3 is really easy. Even with bad weapons and no builds, it's still pretty easy. So yeah, if I did this on first try, which I kind of expected as well, then if this was a pro job, I would have basically completed it as a pro job as well. But pro jobs are no longer in the game, so fuck you. You cannot get the extra bragging rights of saying, oh, I've done rats 1 down with no skills on as a pro job. I can only say I've just done rats on 1 down without any skills. So yeah, once you whittle down a few of the mobsters, not really too afraid to just walk in and start shooting them. Also, stealing 1 bag of money. Totally worth it. Yeah, dominating people, of course, a really strong weapon once you have bad weapons in this game. So yeah, the Payday is going to be completely horrible. Didn't steal any meth back, didn't steal any like that much money from day 3 either. So yeah, the Payday is completely horrible. But again, once you reach Infamy 25, you don't care about money in the game anymore, because you most likely have too much money anyway. Oh, that's some sort of truck outside. Oh well. So yeah, showing off the mods I used on the weapons, showing off the mods on the AMCAR. Very basic, loud AMCAR setup. Same with the Shimano 88, very basic, loud Shimano setup as well with the mods. Sicario, as you can see, crew bonuses, extra ammo pickup, interact faster, you shoot through shields, extra armor, dodge, and faster reload speed. 30 FPS, no mods installed. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. You had one job.